Hey, this is Michael Lane with Gearbox Solutions in Atlanta. I'm here to share another integration success story. We have a client in the logistics space with a focus on moving fine art all over the world. Let's say you have a $7 million Monet and you'd like to loan it to the Petit Palais in Paris for 6 months for an exhibition. How would you get it there and how would you get it back safely? That's what this company does. They began as a small boutique over 30 years ago, when most things in that industry were paper-based. In recent years, in order to stay competitive and leverage industry best practices, they moved most of their business back-end to a flat platform called CargoWise. By some estimates, 70% of the world's shipments each year are managed on this supply chain platform. To give you an idea of how big they are, UPS is a client. From customs, compliance, airway bills, to customer management and finance, it is their system of record. When they asked Gearbox to rebuild their in-house apps for client management, estimating, and forecasting, it was clear that if we could not integrate with CargoWise, it was a non-starter for all involved. Just another example of how important integrations are to pretty much any business these days. Working with their existing integration partners, we designed a process that not only met their needs, but brought about a major efficiency by not forcing managers and coordinators to log into multiple systems to do their jobs. In their old system, there was an import-export style integration that included XML files and FTP servers. It worked, but it was brittle, and the process failed sometimes on a daily basis. When it was working, they only had one shot at a successful transaction. After that, it was log into CargoWise. If it did work, they were able to log into CargoWise to complete the necessary shipment data required for something to actually travel. Limited financial information and no contents or crate data could be sent to CargoWise in their old system. Not only can their coordinators now click a button to create new shipments in CargoWise, but they get back immediately an all-important shipment reference number that ties all airway bills, customs documentation, power of attorney, consignee, and foreign agents together, as well as the actual crates, the objects that get shipped. They can choose to send billing information to populate finance and crate contents for customs if they like, or not. And they can do this as many times as necessary, leading up to a window just before the shipment actually takes place. Since we're integrating with a custom API in this case, we can parse and display detailed information to the users about every single transaction that the app performs, so that if there is a problem, they can begin troubleshooting themselves right on the spot. Some of the landmines in dealing with CargoWise, well, first, integrating directly with CargoWise can be a daunting feat. We recommend working with CargoWise certified partners to save time and headache. For example, the raw data for a single shipment that you get back through EDI from CargoWise is up to 5,000 lines of complex XML code. Once it gets to our app, we deal with a RESTful API and we get 200 or 300 lines of JSON. It's easy to parse, it's easy to use, and it's smooth and 10 times more efficient. Pushing and pulling data is as simple as leveraging open systems as well as the Claris platform FileMaker. Another consideration in dealing with CargoWise is there is no such thing as a truly synchronous communication with CargoWise. It is asynchronous. So you have to be able to not only send data to an endpoint, but you have to have an endpoint to receive data back. It might be a few seconds, it might be a few minutes, but you've got to have some key so that it can make the round trip. It's relatively simple to do, but it is something to consider. You have to be able to receive data as well as push data for the whole thing to work. Sometimes everything that Gearbox delivers we design and we develop. This is an example of how Gearbox can work with integration partners to truly add value. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks for watching.